Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to the course of International Relations for undergraduate classes conducted by ComSed Institute of Information Technology, Virtual Campus Islamabad. Dear students, we were doing the chapter of conflicts after World War II, जिसमें हमने कोल्ड वॉर और उसके बीच में जो बनी वाली अलाइंसेस है जिस तरह नेटो है, so we have done this in our previous unit. Let's have a quick review of that topic. We discussed that Cold War which occurred after World War II and what were the effects of this Cold War on the international politics. So first of all, because of the Cold War, US directly started involving in the phase of the developing states. It also started giving different types of economic and military aid and assistance to developing states without involving United Nations. इसी के साथ we see that the World War II के बाद there was a race for armaments. ये जो जितने भी countries थे, so they start seeking weapons, especially the superpowers that were involved in the Cold War. और इसीलिए these countries start getting different types of weapons, different types of sophisticated weapons. इसी के साथ न्यूक्लियर हथियार भी आ गए और मिसाइल टेक्नोलॉजी भी आ गई. So you can see that it was a very mad race for the arms. With this, we saw that because the countries were spending too much on the weapons and the acquiring of arms, therefore the social sector and the political institutions were affected. The money that should have been gone to social sectors, so they were not spent on humanitarian purposes or social services. इसकी वजह से we saw that the military were getting stronger. As a result, the political institutions and the political circles and the political parties, they get weakened. इसी के साथ we saw the Cold War resulting in making alliances and counter alliances, because the two countries were not seeking themselves very powerful to counter effect the other. तो इसलिए उन्होंने फिर क्या किया? They start making friends. They start making alliances with other countries. US made alliances with the countries in the Western Europe, and Russia, Soviet Union at that time, it started making alliance with the countries in the Eastern Europe. So we saw the world turning into bipole, or it was a bipolar world. फिर हमने ये भी देखा कि because of the Cold War, there emerged an organization called Non-Aligned Movement, जिसमें वो countries आ गए who were seeking impartiality, who were neutral, वो गैर जानबदार थे, वो किसी भी ग्रुप के साथ, किसी भी ब्लॉक के साथ उनका इल्हाक नहीं था. So they start adopting a very neutral foreign policy. As a result, we saw the growth and the strengthening of this non-aligned movement. इसी के साथ we also witnessed that United Nations, become ineffective. Sometime it would be taken by the enmity between Russia and America. तो जिसकी वजह से sometime the resolutions would be vetoed because that resolution was in favor of other, or it was against the interest of the other. तो जिसकी वजह से we saw that there was a competition and there was a source of conflict in UN as well. So at most of the time, we saw that because of these controversy between the two superpowers, UN cannot take an impartial decision and also decision on the right time. Then we saw the disintegration of Soviet Union as a result of the Cold War, as the effect of Cold War. Cold War की वजह से जितना नुकसान रशिया को हुआ, economically the funds were not spent on other sectors, rather it was spent on military and defense, and as a result it weakened the economy of Soviet Union and its allies. As a result, finally in 1991, the world witnessed that the former Soviet Union disintegrated into different states, and we saw many states coming out of Soviet Union demise. इसी के साथ the world also saw unipolarity, which means now there was only one superpower in the world, and that was United States. फिर हमने NATO किया NATO was a military alliance that was made during the Cold War. This was made by United States along with the countries of Western Europe. इसका purpose क्या था? The purpose was basically twofold. It had political purpose as well as military purpose. Political purpose में it was aimed at protecting democratic ideals and democratic institutions, the right of individual, the liberty of individual and free expressions. Any dispute which would arise should be solved through political negotiations and through diplomacy. अगर फर्ज करें यहाँ से कोई काम नहीं बनता and political institutions fails or diplomacy fail, then they also have the military purpose or the military option as well, which means that they could also act combinedly to protect and promote their interest. It was also taken as an organization of collective security, जिसका मतलब ये है कि attack on any one of them would be considered as an attack on all of them. So all of the countries would get combined and they would combinedly and collectively strive and fight with the aggressor country that has attacked. तो इसी तरह NATO countries ने अपनी integrity बचाई, अपनी जो security है उसको मजबूत किया. NATO was also very active during the Cold War because this was made with the sole purpose of protecting US and its allies, and it was the product of the Cold War. And we saw that NATO ensured the collective security of all its member countries through this threat of using the nuclear bomb in case if Soviet Union attacked one of its members. तो इसी बिना पे during the Cold War we did not saw any major or a large scale of outbreak of the war, क्योंकि NATO ने ये already threat दिया हुआ था सोवियत यूनियन को कि अगर वो इसके ऊपर हमला कर देता है, so US and its allies would use the nuclear bomb to defend themselves, which was an enough threat to make Soviet Union not to attack them. NATO, after its operation, after the Cold War, as we know, ended in 1991 with the disintegration of Soviet Union. अब उसके बाद NATO का जो रोल है वो ज़रा सा different हुआ. First of all, the first time that it started becoming active was the Gulf War. Gulf War में when Iraq became a threat to Turkey, and Turkey was one of the members of NATO. So what NATO did at that time was that it installed different types of missiles for protecting of its member Turkey. तो इसी तरह उन्होंने टर्की को सिक्योर किया कि इन केस अगर हमला होता है, so these missile system would be defending Turkey and its sovereignty. इसी के साथ NATO also had involved in different types of peace operation in Bosnia and Kosovo, where it protected the civilian population and their lives and their property, and they also imposed different kind of blockades on the Serbian army so that they do not violate the human rights in these areas. इसी के साथ NATO also assumed another role of fighting against terrorism. अब सोवियत यूनियन तो रहा नहीं है, so now it is striving against terrorism. How? When 9/11 incident occurred and US take it as an attack on its territory, तो उस वक्त इन्होंने for the first time जो आर्टिकल 5 था NATO का उसको इन्वोक किया, उसको अप्लाई किया कि it was an attack on one of its members. Therefore, the whole NATO members would be now attacking the enemy, which was regarded as Taliban and Al-Qaeda. So NATO intervened in Afghanistan and they overthrew the government of Taliban and installed the government of Hamid Karzai. इसी तरह उन्होंने लीबिया में इंटरफेयर किया. In Libya, they helped the opposition groups who were striving against Muammar Gaddafi, and NATO took the stand that they are doing this for protecting the civilians, for protecting thousands and thousands of civilians whose lives were involved, and they were struggling for their democratic ideals. They were struggling against an oppressive and dictatorial government. तो इसी तरह इस बिना पे उन्होंने लीबिया में इंटरफेयर किया एंड दे हेल्प्ड the rebels, they helped the opposition groups who finally overthrew and killed Muammar Gaddafi and hold the control. तो इस तरह ये उनका एक नया रोल बन गया है and with this we come to the end of our review. Let's start our today's lesson. Today's lesson में हम करेंगे वारसा ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन 1955 में ये बन रही है। वारसा ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आखिर ये क्यों बन रही है और आखिर ये क्या चीज़ है। तो जिस तरह हम कर रहे हैं कि वी आर डिस्कसिंग द कन्फ्लिक्ट एंड इन दिस कन्फ्लिक्ट कोल्ड वॉर इज द मेन कन्फ्लिक्ट दैट अकर्ड आफ्टर वर्ल्ड वॉर II एंड एज वी saw that NATO was made by the European powers, the Western European powers and the United States to ensure their security. अब दूसरी तरफ कौन रहा? दूसरी तरफ सोवियत यूनियन रह गया और उसके जो अपने एलाइज हैं जिसको वो सैटेलाइट कहा करते थे, जिसमें ईस्टर्न यूरोपियन कंट्रीज आते हैं। अब इन्होंने भी तो अपनी सिक्योरिटी को बचाना है, इन्होंने भी तो अपने आप को सिक्योर करना है। तो अगर नेटो एक अलायंस बन गई है तो इसके मुकाबले में क्या बनना चाहिए? उसके मुकाबले में काउंटर अलायंस बनेगा, बिकॉज अलायंस may result in counter alliance for security reason and for achieving balance of power. So this Warsaw Treaty Organization, which is also called Warsaw Pact. वारसा पोलैंड का कैपिटल है और पोलैंड उस वक्त सोवियत यूनियन के कंट्रोल में था। तो ये वारसा पैक्ट वहाँ से आ रहा है। इट इज़ द नेम ऑफ अ प्लेस। इट वॉज अगेन अ पोलिटिकल एंड मिलिट्री अलायंस established in 1955 between Soviet Union and the Eastern European countries. तो हम जैसे देख रहे हैं कि जिस तरह नेटो एक पॉलिटिकल और मिलिट्री अलायंस था, इसी तरह वारसा ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी एक पॉलिटिकल और मिलिट्री अलायंसेस था, जिसमें डिफरेंट गवर्नमेंट्स इन्वॉल्व थे, डिफरेंट कंट्रीज इन्वॉल्व थे, एंड दे आल्सो मेड दिस एज अ मिलिट्री अलायंस और अ मिलिट्री पैक्ट इन 1955। तो आपको नज़र आ रहा है कि नेटो 1949 में बना और वारसा 55 में बन रहा है। सो इट टेक ऑलमोस्ट 6 years. Why this 6 years? We will study this. Why NATO was, when NATO was made in 1949, so why Warsaw Pact was not made immediately on the next year or in some years? So it takes some 6 years for Warsaw Pact to be made. So Soviet Union made this alliance as to balance the power of the NATO. So it was basically bringing the balance of power. ताकि दोनों जो ब्लॉक्स हैं उनमें अगर बैलेंस रह जाएगा, so again none of the power would be a threat to other. As a result, peace would prevail. तो ये काफ़ी आप देख रहे हैं कि काफ़ी स्ट्रेटेजिकली ये इक़दामात किए जा रहे हैं। Following World War II, the Soviet Union concluded bilateral treaties with each of the Eastern European states, except for West Germany, which was still part of Soviet occupied territory. वर्ल्ड वॉर II के बाद जर्मनी को डिवाइड कर दिया गया था। डिवाइड तो नहीं किया गया, लेकिन उसके मुख्तलिफ हिस्से मुख्तलिफ अलाइंस के जो स्टेट्स थे उन्होंने आपस में तकसीम कर लिए थे। उनका मकसद ये था कि जर्मनी की पावर को कम किया जाए और उसके बाद फिर जर्मनी जो इन कंट्रीज़ के पास है उसको दोबारा आज़ादी दे दी जाएगी। सो दिस वॉज हाउ दे occupied the land of Germany. So one of the part which was Eastern Germany, this went to the share of Soviet Union, while the other went to the Western Bloc. But then we saw that Soviet Union made Berlin Wall, and it did not make its part combined again with the other part of Germany to make the same Germany that was before World War II. रादर सोवियत यूनियन का ये स्टैंड था कि जो जर्मनी है, ईस्ट जर्मनी, वो उसके हिस्से में है एंड इट विल बी डेवलप्ड बाय रशिया इटसेल्फ. एज अ रिजल्ट देयर वाज अ कम्युनिस्ट सिस्टम enforced in that part, and Berlin Wall was made so that the people from West Berlin or West Germany cannot enter into East Germany. तो ये डिवीजन उन्होंने कर ली थी. तो इसीलिए उस वक्त चूंकि ईस्ट जर्मनी वॉज अ पार्ट ऑफ और इट वॉज अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ सोवियत यूनियन, so therefore it was not basically involved in the Warsaw Pact at that time. Here you can see the logo of Warsaw Pact on your left, and on your right again the concept of Iron Curtain is given. क्योंकि आयरन कर्टन ने कोल्ड वॉर को हवा दी थी, इसी वजह से कोल्ड वॉर मजीद इग्नाइट हुई थी। तो आपको एक जगह पर नजर आ रहा है कि ये जो रेड लाइन है, दिस रिप्रेजेंट्स द आयरन कर्टन which is dividing the Europe into two parts, Western Europe and the Eastern Europe. और जो Eastern Europe के हिस्से हैं, so the people were restricted from traveling outside their countries. इन लोगों को अपने मुल्क से बाहर जाने की इजाज़त नहीं थी ताकि उनका दूसरों के साथ मिलाप ना हो, और इस वजह से उनके जो आइडियाज़ हैं वो मॉडिफाई ना हो या वो चेंज ना हो। इसी तरह जो वेस्टर्न यूरोप के लोग थे, they were also not allowed to come to Eastern European countries, and therefore Churchill called this as Iron Curtain, कि एक लोहे की चादर है, एक लोहे की दीवार है, एक लोहे का पर्दा है जिसको क्रॉस नहीं किया जा सकता, क्योंकि वहाँ पे सोवियत यूनियन का इन्फ्लुएंस है और वो इस मूवमेंट को अलाउ नहीं कर रहा। So let's come to the topic again. So when the Federal Republic of Germany entered NATO in early May 1955 and was allowed to remilitarize, the Soviet feared the consequence of a strengthened NATO and a rearmed Germany. तो जो जर्मनी अमेरिका और वेस्टर्न पावर्स के कंट्रोल में था, जो कि वेस्ट जर्मनी था, तो उसको नेटो के जो मेंबर्स हैं उन्होंने उसको नेटो में शामिल कर लिया। इट वॉज मेड अ मेंबर ऑफ नेटो एंड आल्सो इट वॉज अलाउड टू रीआर्म, मतलब है कि उसको दोबारा अलाउ किया गया कि वो दोबारा वेपन्स हासिल करे, दोबारा हथियार हासिल करे और दोबारा मजबूत हो। मजबूत इसलिए हो क्योंकि करीब ही कम्युनिस्ट आबादी है, कम्युनिस्ट स्टेट्स हैं, तो ऐसा ना हो कि वो अटैक कर लें। सो लेट द जर्मनी दैट इज इन विद द वेस्टर्न पावर्स, इट शुड बी स्ट्रॉन्ग इनफ to control itself, to ensure its own security. So when Russia saw that the West Germany is being rearmed, it's again getting powerful. Therefore, it was again, very cautious. It became concerned. As a result, in 1955, Warsaw Pact was made. Now, the reason was that Soviet Union believed that by making Warsaw Pact, it could now balance the West Germany power as well as the NATO power. क्योंकि वेस्ट जर्मनी भी बन गया है और वो पावर ले रहा है, दूसरी तरफ नेटो है, तो किस तरह इनकी पावर्स को कंट्रोल किया जाए या बैलेंस किया जाए। सो बिकॉज ऑफ इट रशिया इन 1955 start thinking of making Warsaw Pact, and therefore this Warsaw Treaty Organization was signed and it was finally established. Also, civil unrest was on the rise in Eastern European countries, and Soviet Union determined that a unified multilateral political and military alliance would tie Eastern European capitals more closely to Moscow to control them. तो एक जो ईस्टर्न यूरोपियन के इलाके थे उसमें भी एक सिविल अनरेस्ट था, आवाम में बेचैनी दिया। बेचैनी इसीलिए थी कि दूसरी तरफ नेटो है, उनका स्ट्रॉन्ग ग्रुप है और वो अपनी रिफॉर्म्स किए जा रहे हैं, अपने आप को डेवलप किए जा रहे हैं। तो जो ईस्टर्न यूरोप के लोग थे तो वो भी बेचैन थे, दे वर ऑल्सो लुकिंग फॉर सम चेंज एंड देयरफॉर दे वर नॉट हैप्पी और सेटिस्फाइड विद देयर गवर्नमेंट्स। Russia, Soviet Union at that time, it realized the situation that these states, these countries should be controlled, otherwise it may lose the communism ideology, it may lose the the system which was in these Eastern European countries. Therefore, the countries, all these countries should be bound together and they should be under very strong control of Soviet Union, and through that organization when they would meet the Warsaw Pact, so Russia would be able to watch all these Eastern European countries and would also give them stability and security, and as a result these countries जहाँ पे वो civil unrest है तो उसको कम करने में भी मदद मिलेगी. So this was the motive of making the Warsaw Pact. The headquarters of the Warsaw Pact was in Poland. The capital, the name of the capital is Warsaw. Furthermore, the Supreme Commander of the Unified Armed Force of the Warsaw Treaty Organization was under USSR control. तो ये जो वार्सा पैक्ट बनाती गई थी ये स्ट्रांगली अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ सोवियत यूनियन थी. इसका जो सुप्रीम कमांडर था, इसकी एक स्टैंडिंग आर्मी है, उसका जो सुप्रीम कमांडर है, it was always controlled and was taken by the Soviet Union army. So it was, you can see, directly controlled by the Moscow. So Warsaw Pact was under the influence of Moscow and the Russian influence. As a result, they were keeping their influence on all these European countries. The members of Warsaw. So the original signatories to the Warsaw Treaty Organizations were, उसमें सोवियत यूनियन है और इसके साथ जो ईस्टर्न यूरोपियन कंट्रीज हैं वो हैं. तो उनके नाम क्या क्या हैं? सो दे आर अल्बानिया, पोलैंड, चेकोस्लोवाकिया, हंगरी, बल्गारिया, रोमानिया एंड जर्मन डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक. जर्मन डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक वहीं ईस्ट जर्मनी है जिसको अब सोवियत यूनियन ने एक स्टेट बना दिया है और उसका नाम जर्मन डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक रख दिया है. मेंबर्स ऑफ द वार्सा पैक्ट प्लेज टू डिफेंड ईच अदर इफ वन और मोर ऑफ देम कम अंडर अटैक. तो इनका भी जो प्रिंसिपल है वो वही नेटो का प्रिंसिपल है, कलेक्टिव सिक्योरिटी का प्रिंसिपल है कि अगर किसी एक के ऊपर अटैक होता है तो दिस विल बी टेकन एज एन अटैक ऑन ऑल ऑफ देम and therefore all these member countries would combine together, would join together and they would fight with the aggressor. Warsaw Pact also emphasized non-interference in the internal affairs of its members and supposedly organized itself around collective decision making. The Soviet Union ultimately controlled most of the pact decision. तो जैसा नजर आ रहा है कि नेटो ने भी ऐसे ही किया तो वार्सा पैक्ट ने भी वही प्रिंसिपल अपनाया कि दिस पैक्ट इज फॉर द डिफेंस एंड द मेंबर कंट्रीज वुड नॉट इंटरफेयर इन द इंटरनल अफेयर ऑफ अदर स्टेट्स. वो दूसरों की जो अंदरूनी मामलात हैं उसमें दखल अंदाजी नहीं करेंगे. सो अंदरूनी तौर पे सारे भी जो स्टेट्स हैं, सो ऑल दिस मेंबर्स आर इंडिपेंडेंट while for defense purpose they would be working under the command of Warsaw Pact. Then the next topic is problems in Warsaw Pact. अब Warsaw Pact तो बन गई है, अब वक्त के साथ साथ as we see that problems would start coming into Warsaw Pact and as a result this Warsaw Pact would finally come to its end. Just like Cold War came to its end, तो Warsaw Pact में up till 1980s the Warsaw Treaty was beset with problems related to economic slowdown in all Eastern European countries. तो जितने भी ये मगरबी मशरकी यूरोप की रियासतें थीं तो वहाँ पे एक इकोनॉमिक स्लो डाउन हुआ, इकोनॉमिक बैकवर्डनेस आ रही थी, इकोनॉमी उनकी बढ़ नहीं रही थी, कम्युनिज्म लोगों को सेटिस्फाई करने में नाकाम रहा था. By the late 1980s, political changes in most of the member states made the pact virtually ineffectual. In late 89, civil and political discontent forced the communist governments from power. So in these Eastern European countries, we saw that the communists were losing grounds. कम्युनिस्ट की फोर्स कम हो रही थी, वो इलेक्शन हार रहे थे और इनकी जगह जो बाकी फोर्सेस थी विच वर एंटी कम्युनिस्ट, so they were gaining popular, they were gaining grounds, they were winning elections. तो क्या हो रहा है ईस्टर्न यूरोपियन कंट्रीज में जो पहले एक कम्युनिज्म सिस्टम था तो वो सिस्टम नाकाम हो रहा है, उसको नाकामी का मुंह देखना पड़ रहा है. They are losing the elections and as a result in most of the countries, most of these states we saw that the governments were anti-communist. Eventually the populaces of Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Albania, East Germany, Poland, Romania and Bulgaria deposed their communist governments in the period from 1989 to 91. and Soviet Union growing economic backwardness due to defense liabilities. तो अब नज़र आ रहा है कि सिर्फ एक रियासत नहीं है बल्कि ये काफ़ी रियासतें हैं जहाँ पे कम्युनिस्ट अपनी फोर्स को ख़त्म देख रहे हैं, उनकी फोर्स कम हो रही है और उनकी गवर्नमेंट्स भी ख़त्म हो रही है, और इसीलिए ये जो स्टेट्स मेंशन्ड है यहाँ पे कम्युनिस्ट गए और इनकी जगह एंटी कम्युनिस्ट गवर्नमेंट्स आ गई. एज अ रिजल्ट we saw in September 1990 that East Germany left the pact and reunified with West Germany. तो जर्मनी का वो हिस्सा, वो जो ईस्ट जर्मनी कहलाता था, जो कि सोवियत यूनियन के कंट्रोल में हुआ करता था, तो आखिर में अब वहाँ पे लोगों में इतनी बेदारी आ गई है और कम्युनिस्ट हार गए हैं, तो वो जो बर्लिन वॉल जो कि सोवियत यूनियन ने बनाया हुआ था, सो दे डिस्ट्रॉयड, दे डैमेज द वॉल, दे ब्रोक द वॉल, and as a result the two Germans were again reunified, they were reintegrated, और इसी तरह हमारे पास अगेन मुत्तहिदा जर्मनी या यूनिफाइड जर्मनी वापस दुनिया के नक्शे पे वजूद में आया. ये सितंबर 1990 की बात है. और इसी तरह इसको देख के जो बाकी स्टेट्स थे जिसमें चेकोस्लोवाकिया है, जिसमें हंगरी है, जिसमें पोलैंड है, सो दे आल्सो विथड्रॉ फ्रॉम द वार्सा पैक्ट, क्योंकि जब ईस्ट जर्मनी वार्सा पैक्ट से निकल गया वो वापस वेस्ट जर्मनी के साथ शामिल हो गया. तो इसी की देखा देखी जो बाकी स्टेट्स थे, दे आल्सो स्टार्ट क्विटिंग वार्सा पैक्ट, दे रिनाउंस द मेंबरशिप ऑफ वार्सा पैक्ट एंड दे लेफ्ट वार्सा पैक्ट. तो अब जब वार्सा पैक्ट के मेंबर्स जा रहे हैं, ये पैक्ट कमज़ोर होती जा रही है, ये तंजीम मज़ीद ख़त्म होती जा रही है. सो एज ए रिज़ल्ट द एंड इज़ नॉट वेरी फार. By the July 1991, finally, as Soviet Union was disintegrated and we saw the Cold War also coming to the end, तो जब सोवियत यूनियन नहीं रहा, उनका वो जो philosophy थी, वो जो purpose था, वो नहीं रहा. As a result, the Warsaw Pact was also finally come to the end. And with this, because we also saw that Soviet Union इसी जो 80s की दहाई है, इसमें it was getting very economically down, and it was regarding it as a very big liability to retain its control on all these Eastern European states. इसकी जितनी भी इकोनॉमी थी, जितने भी इसके फंड्स थे, they were used on defense and on making these Eastern European countries go with the Warsaw Pact. But it was a liability. ये रशिया की इकोनॉमी पे एक बोझ बन रहे थे. तो आखिर में इसी वजह से भी the Russia or Soviet Union at that time, it was not interested in controlling again these Eastern European states, and these Eastern European states start getting out of the Warsaw Pact slowly and gradually. As a result, finally also ending the Cold War. इसी के साथ हमने ये भी देखा था कि इसी दौरान there was detente between Soviet Union and US. Detente means the friendship that developed, the understanding that developed between Soviet Union and United States, because of which they were decreasing their weapons, they were decreasing their strategic and nuclear weapons because of all these agreements and the summit meetings between the presidents of the two states. हालांकि इसमें अफगान वार भी जा रही थी, but these understanding between the two leaders were also slowing down the Cold War. As a result, the Warsaw Pact also declined because of all these developments. And in this situation, finally the Warsaw Pact was abandoned and only NATO organization was left, and NATO became as a victorious organization along with Western European countries, and leaving America as the unipolar world, as the only superpower in the world. After Warsaw Pact, let's discuss some other alliances which were made during Cold War. One of such alliances is called SEATO. SEATO stands for Southeast Asia Treaty Organization. This was an international organization for collective defense in Southeast Asia, created by Manila Pact and signed in September 1954 in Philippines. तो ये 1954 में एक पैक्ट हुआ जो कि मनीला में, जो कि which is the capital of Philippines, and in that pact it was agreed that there would be an organization being set up that would be on the same principle of collective defense, that would be looking for collective security, ताकि जितने भी इसके मेंबर्स अरकान हैं उन सारों की सिक्योरिटी को इंश्योर किया जा सके. तो अगेन इट वाज अ मिलिट्री अलायंस which was signed in 1954, and as you can see the name was Southeast Asia, which means that it was involving the countries of Southeast Asia. The formal institution of SEATO was established in 1955 in Bangkok, Thailand. The organization headquarter was also in Bangkok. तो ये जो organization है इसकी बाकायदा जो headquarter बना और जो तंजीम बनी, so it was in 1955 in Bangkok, which is the capital of Thailand. 8 members joined the organization, and these members were Australia, France, New Zealand, Pakistan, उस वक्त पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश एक ही था, the Philippines, Thailand, UK and US. तो ये इसके 8 members थे. And as you can see, most of these members are not Southeast Asian countries. They are situated out of Southeast Asia. For example, you can see Australia, France, New Zealand, और इसके साथ UK or US. So these are those countries, almost 5 countries, which are not in Southeast Asia. So what was the purpose of making this alliance? अगर ये military alliance है, तो इसको खतरा कहाँ से है? Why this kind of organization was made in Southeast Asia? The reason was the same. It was an era of Cold War, and Europe and US thought that if communism is not blocked in Southeast Asia, maybe Russia or Soviet Union at that time would take the advantage and would come to occupy these weaker states in Southeast Asia. तो इसीलिए उन्होंने Southeast Asia की जो countries हैं वहाँ पे कम्युनिज्म को रोकने के लिए, ताकि वहाँ पे सोवियत यूनियन अपना रसूख न डाल सके, उन्होंने वहाँ पे ये organization बना दी to ensure the security of these Southeast Asian countries. And how to ensure them? Therefore, these European powers and Australia and New Zealand were also made a member, so that this organization becomes strong and the security is made ensured for these states. SEATO is generally considered a failure because internal conflicts and dispute hinder general use of the military force. However, SEATO funded cultural, educational programs and labor activities left outstanding effects in Southeast Asia and were successful. So as a military alliance, SEATO was not a successful organization because there were internal conflicts between the states. There were not agreements on how to use army, how to make an army, how to go for different types of trainings, how to secure the defense of a country. तो इसीलिए इनकी ये जो organization है, इसमें there were different views, there were internal conflicts between the states, there were disagreements between the members on the military use and the military purpose and the alliance. Therefore, as a military organization, this was not successful. But beside military, it also worked in other spheres which were very fruitful. It had some long-standing effects. वो इसके cultural field में है, इसके अलावा different types of educational programs and policies were introduced. It also worked for the labor activities and introduced different types of working rules for the laborers and the promotion of the laborers and exchange of laborers and main power between the states in Southeast Asia. In 1959, SEATO First Secretary General Porto Sarasin created the SEATO Graduate School of Engineering, currently the Asian Institute of Technology, in Thailand to train engineers. So you can see another landmark of SEATO, that it is making a very good training college for the engineers, whose name was, now it's the Asian Institute of Technology. At that time it was SEATO Graduate School of Engineering. So this was a very good contribution of SEATO in the educational field. SEATO was intended to be Southeast Asian version of the NATO, in which the military force of each member would be coordinated to provide for the collective defense of the member countries. So purpose SEATO का भी यही था कि जिस तरह NATO यूरोपियन कंट्रीज की सिक्योरिटी को इंश्योर कर रहा है, and it is on the line that the organization which is present in Europe, so in Southeast Asia, so there would be another modified version of NATO which would be called SEATO, and this would work on the same principle of collective security. But this organization was not as effective as NATO. NATO जिस तरह effective है, जिस तरह उनकी military coordination है, जिस तरह उनके बीच में एक consensus military defense भी आ जाता है, so such was lacking in this SEATO organization. By joining SEATO, Pakistan agreed to US demands to fight communism as part of the Cold War. As this organization was made to counter effect communism के खिलाफ इसको बनाया गया था, इसके इन्फ्लुएंस को ख़त्म करने के लिए इसको बनाया गया था. इसलिए कम्युनिज्म को ख़त्म करने के लिए पाकिस्तान एज अ मेंबर, it was imperative on Pakistan, it was necessary for Pakistan to support US, to assist US in fighting against communism during the Cold War. In fact, Pakistan was obligated to fight communism, while it received no guarantee of collective action against a take by foreign aggression, and no promise of security from Indians' hostile attitude. तो पाकिस्तान के ऊपर कमिटमेंट तो आ गई थी कि इन्होंने जो इसके मेंबर कंट्रीज हैं, स्पेशली यूएस है, उसके साथ मिल के कम्युनिज्म के खिलाफ जदोजहद करनी है और काम करना है और असिस्टेंस देनी है. लेकिन पाकिस्तान को खुद अपनी सिक्योरिटी के हवाले से कोई गारंटी नहीं दी गई कि इसकी जो सिक्योरिटी है, इसकी जो टेरिटोरियल इंटीग्रिटी है, उसको इंश्योर किया जाएगा. जो जिसके थ्रेट्स हैं, जो भी इसके खतरात हैं, उसको मीट किया जाएगा, जो कि सबसे ज़्यादा खतरा इंडियन अटैक से था. सो देयर वाज नो सिक्योरिटी गिवन अगेंस्ट द इंडियन अटैक्स. Pakistan came in for bitter criticism from India when she joined these purely defensive alliances. Indians charged that by so doing, Pakistan had brought the Cold War to the subcontinent. तो इंडियन को काफ़ी मौका मिल गया, उन्होंने पाकिस्तान पे तनकीद शुरू कर दी. जब पाकिस्तान ने सीटो की मेंबरशिप ले ली, और सीटो एक मिलिट्री ऑर्गेनाइजेशन थी, एक डिफेंस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन थी, जो कि कम्युनिज्म के खात्मे के लिए बनाई गई थी, जो कम्युनिज्म से बचाव के लिए बनाई गई थी. सो इंडिया स्टार्ट criticizing Pakistan that it is working against communism, and finally it has brought the Cold War to Southeast Asia. तो पाकिस्तान जो सोवियत यूनियन और यूएस की जंग है, उसको वो बरसगीर में ले आया है, वो काफ़ी करीब अपने बाउंड्री में ले आया है, क्योंकि अब जो सोवियत यूनियन है वो भी पाकिस्तान को डिसलाइक करेगा और अमेरिका वहाँ पे हेल्प करेगा. सो एज अ रिजल्ट दिस कोल्ड वॉर was brought by Pakistan in the subcontinent, and therefore the subcontinent has become very insecure. It has become a threat to the world peace. So this was how India was criticizing Pakistan's stand, that why it has joined these kind of defense organization. After its creation, SEATO quickly became insignificant militarily, and most of its members nations contributed very little to the alliance and was dominated by Western states. So SEATO was not a very effective organization. You can see that most of the members were not even contributing it. They were not helping the organization. They were not providing funds. Even they have their own weak economies. They have their own problems. Therefore, they were not very much interested in the activities of SEATO. इसी के साथ हमने ये भी देखा कि सीटो में जो यूरोपियन पावर्स थे वो काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग हैं, एंड देयरफॉर द अफेयर्स ऑफ एंड द एक्टिविटीज़ ऑफ एंड द सेशंस ऑफ सीटो वर always dominated by these Western powers. They were taken by and they were affected by these Western powers. While SEATO military force held joint military training, they were never employed because of internal disagreements. So although they have some military operations, some joint military trainings, but those forces, those troops, they were never employed. They were never used. Why they were never used? Because the members disagree on their deployment. They disagree on how they should be engaged. Pakistan did not receive any aid from SEATO in 1965 and 1971 war with India, as SEATO members declared assistance only against communism. तो जब पाकिस्तान पे बुरा वक्त आया, 1965 की जंग शुरू हुई, इसी तरह 1971 की जो clashes थे with India when they were started, Pakistan was in dire need of some military assistance. It was looking for assistance and for aid from SEATO because it was a member of SEATO, and because the security of one of its members was at stake now. It was asking for security, it was asking for different types of aids. But SEATO at that time did not help Pakistan. It did not establish the friendly relations that Pakistan had with the SEATO members. And SEATO objected to Pakistan request that the objective of SEATO is to contain communism. जो इसका मेन मकसद है वो कम्युनिज्म के खिलाफ है और उसके खिलाफ असिस्टेंस देना है, उसके खिलाफ हेल्प देनी है, ना कि इंडिया के खिलाफ हेल्प देनी है. So as a result, SEATO completely ignored Pakistan, and it escaped with the reason that the assistance is only for communism and not from threat or attack from India. That's your own problem, that's your own border dispute, so you deal it on your own self. As a result, and similarly the same thing also happened in 71 war as well. So Pakistan, as a protest, withdrew in the year 1972 after Bangladesh was founded as a protest. तो जब जाहिर ही बात है बांग्लादेश भी बन गया, Pakistan witnessed that SEATO was of no help. It was in dire need of any assistance, but SEATO did not help. Therefore, what is the use of becoming or being a member of such an organization? As a protest, एहतजाज के तौर पे पाकिस्तान ने 1972 में SEATO की मेंबरशिप से इस्तीफा दे दिया और SEATO को खुदा हाफिज कह दिया. France withdrew financial support from SEATO in 1975. फ्रांस ने भी 1975 में SEATO के साथ जो वो फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट देता था, जो असिस्टेंस देता था, उसको रोक दिया because SEATO was not very effective organization. As a result, because SEATO was now without any funds, it was lacking in funds. As a result, it was finally dissolved on 30th June 1977. For many members lost their interest, and they also withdraw from SEATO. As a result, SEATO was dissolved. It was a failed organization. It did not have much achievements except the few educational and the labor activities and the education activities that it had undertaken. इसी तरह SEATO के बाद उसी ही तर्ज पे एक और तंजीम का नाम आता है जिसका नाम है SANTO. SANTO means Central Treaty Organization. इसका दूसरा नाम बगदाद पैक्ट है क्योंकि ये बगदाद में बनाया गया और इसका हेडक्वार्टर भी बगदाद में बनाया गया. So SANTO was formed in 1955, and the member countries were mostly Muslims. They were basically belonging to the Asia. They were Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, Turkey, or UK. So these were the 5 members that joined and that formed SANTO in 1955. इसमें UK जो है वो यूरोपियन कंट्री है और बाकी जो 4 हैं वो एशियन कंट्री है. In 1958, United States joined the military committee of the alliance because SANTO was again a military alliance. It was for the defense purpose, and US was very interested in becoming a part of such organization which are for defense, which are as a military alliance. so that it can work against Cold War. It can help in fighting against communism. इसीलिए यूएस ने भी 1958 में it joined CENTO. It is again one of the least successful alliance of the Cold War. तो जिस तरह CETO was an unsuccessful alliance, it is again one of the least successful alliance of the Cold War. CENTO committed the nation to mutual cooperation and protection, as well as non-intervention in each other's internal affairs. कि एक दूसरे के जो अंदरूनी मामलात हैं उसमें दखलंदाजी नहीं करनी, लेकिन इसके अलावा it ensured that there would be mutual cooperation and protection of the states, which means it would again go for collective security. कि अगर कोई भी मेंबर कंट्री को किसी हेल्प की जरूरत होगी in case of an attack, so all the members would be helping that state in overcoming that threat. But the threat was again mostly for communism. So its goal was to protect against Soviet Union communist threat. जो मेन पर्पस इसका जो बना था वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ जो कम्युनिज्म से खतरात हैं या वहाँ से कोई थ्रेट मिलते हैं तो उसके खिलाफ ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाई गई थी, ताकि जो सोवियत यूनियन है it could not attack these countries and these countries are protected. So Pakistan was again one of its members. Unlike NATO, CENTO did not have a unified military command, nor were many US or UK military bases established in member countries. तो NATO तो एक मजबूत इदारा है, उसके तो काफ़ी बेसिस हैं, काफ़ी फंडिंग्स हैं, उसमें जो कंट्रीज हैं वो काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग भी है, और यहाँ पे these countries that formed, they were weak, they were not very much strong countries at that time, and therefore they were looking for their defense. And these countries, because they were weak, they could not have a unified military command, and not many military bases were established. US was not interested in establishing bases in all these countries. It only established a few bases only for its strategic importance, and otherwise the main function of this security was neglected in this CENTO. The Middle East and South Asia become extremely volatile areas during the 1960s, while the ongoing Arab-Israel conflict and the Indo-Pakistan war. तो ये जो 1960 का दौर है, इसमें ये जो एशिया का रीजन है ये काफ़ी वोलेटाइल रहा है, काफ़ी बेचैनी यहाँ पे रही है, काफ़ी इस वक्त यहाँ पे कशीदगी रही है. कशीदगी मिडिल ईस्ट में भी थी, जहाँ पे अरब और इसराइल कन्फ्लिक्ट आ रहे हैं, इसराइल और अरब के बीच में जो कशीदगी आ रही हैं जिसकी वजह से जंग वगैरह हो रही है. इसी तरह बरसगीर में इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के बीच में वॉर भी हुई है, विच वॉज अकर्ड इन द ईयर 1965. तो ये जो वॉर्स हैं इसकी वजह से ये जो रीजन है ये काफ़ी गैर महफूज रहा है, काफ़ी बेचैनी की फ़िज़ा यहाँ पे रही है, काफ़ी कशीदगी रही है. तो उस वक्त जो सेंटो है, अगेन इट डिड नॉट हेल्प दीज कंट्रीज, इट डिड नॉट प्रोवाइड एनी असिस्टेंस. हालांकि एक जगह पे ईरान, इराक, टर्की वगैरह इन्वॉल्व है, पाकिस्तान भी इन्वॉल्व है इन इट्स वॉर, बट सेंटो वॉज नॉट हैविंग एनी रोल इन दीज कन्फ्लिक्ट्स or any assistance during these conflicts, because CENTO purpose was again to fight against communism, to struggle against communism, and not to provide aid in case of any other dispute. यहाँ पे आपको CENTO का मोनो नज़र आ रहा है, और इसी के साथ you can see that the red represents the members of the CENTO organization. तो एक आपको यूके नज़र आ रहा है विच इज़ रेड, टर्की है, देन इट्स इराक, ईरान एंड पाकिस्तान. सो बाकी तो आपको नज़र आ रहा है कि दे आर फॉर्मिंग अ चेन, वेल यूके इज़ फार अवे, इट्स अ न्यू कॉन्टिनेंट, इट्स अनदर कॉन्टिनेंट. सो दीज वर द मेंबर्स ऑफ द CENTO organization. So as I was discussing that CENTO was unwilling to deeply involved in these disputes, in these Arab disputes and the dispute between Pakistan and India. So Pakistan tried unsuccessfully to get assistance in its war with India through CENTO, but this was rejected under the idea that CENTO was aimed at containing the USSR and not India. तो पाकिस्तान ने जिस तरह सीटों से रिक्वेस्ट की थी for military assistance and aid. इसी तरह Pakistan also tried and made requests to SANTO to provide it assistance, to provide it support. But again, SANTO did not respond to that request. SANTO, again, the response was that the purpose of SANTO is to fight against communism and to contain communism and not to give aid against India. After Iraq Revolution in 1958, it left the treaty. तो इराक में जो रिवोल्यूशन आया 1958 में, so because of that revolution, Iraq finally left SANTO. तो वो SANTO की रुकनीयत से दस्तबरदार हुआ. अब इराक के जाने से इसका नाम भी चेंज होगा, क्योंकि जो बगदाद पैक्ट है इसका पहला नाम मिडिल ईस्ट ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन था. इट वाज कॉल्ड मीटो, मिडिल ईस्ट ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. लेकिन बगदाद के जाने के बाद इसका नाम रख दिया गया SANTO, सेंट्रल ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो ये जो नाम है SANTO, ये इराक के जाने के बाद दिया गया है. इसका जो अपना ओरिजिनल नाम है वो बगदाद पैक्ट है या मीटो है. लेकिन 3 साल बाद इसके बनने के बाद जब इराक दस्तबरदार हुआ, इराक क्विट SANTO, then it was named as SANTO. SANTO moved its headquarters to Turkey in 1958. अब पहले इसका हेडक्वार्टर बगदाद में था, लेकिन जब SANTO बन गया और इराक इससे दस्तबरदार हुआ, तो फिर उसके बाद जो इसका कैपिटल, जो इसका हेडक्वार्टर था, it was also moved from Baghdad to Turkey. As a result, Soviet Union charged that by joining the Baghdad Pact, Pakistan had become a member of an aggressive Western alliance, and it responded by radically altering its stand on Kashmir, as it now agreed with India that Kashmir belonged to them. तो यहाँ पे हम ये भी देख रहे हैं, पाकिस्तान ने अपने लिए ही दर्द से ढूंढ लिया है, क्योंकि रशिया ने पाकिस्तान को ब्लेम किया कि पाकिस्तान उसके खिलाफ एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का मेंबर बन चुका है, which means that Pakistan is now struggling against the existence of communism. It is struggling against Russia. Therefore, Russia was not now friendly towards Pakistan. It did not look at Pakistan as a friend. Rather, it started looking at Pakistan as an enemy country. क्योंकि पाकिस्तान यूएस के साथ कम्युनिज्म के खिलाफ जो तंजीमें हैं उसका मेंबर बन रहा है. So it charged Pakistan as an enemy country, and also it changed its stand on Kashmir. इसने कश्मीर पे जो इसका एक स्टैंड है वो चेंज कर दिया और इंडिया के साथ शामिल हो गया, और साथ में ये उनका स्टैंड रहा कि कश्मीर की जो प्रॉब्लम है, जो कश्मीर का हिस्सा है, it belonged to India. And as a result, Pakistan, we can see that the foreign policy of Pakistan was suffered because of becoming members of these kind of alliances. Near the end, it became clear to SANTO members that the organization was better for economic and technical cooperation than it was a military alliance. तो जो इसके मेंबर कंट्रीज हैं वो देख रहे हैं कि मिलिट्री सतह पे तो कोई इसका फायदा नहीं है. There is no advantage of SANTO as a military organization. हाँ, इसके कुछ इकोनॉमिक और टेक्निकल कॉपरेशन जो बीच में हो रही है मेंबर स्टेट्स के बीच में, वहाँ कुछ फायदे हैं, लेकिन इसके अलावा एज अ मिलिट्री, एज अ डिफेंस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, दिस इज यूजलेस. इट डजंट हैव दैट पर्टिकुलर पर्पस. ओनली इकोनॉमिक लेवल पे एंड टेक्निकल लेवल पे देयर आर सम बेनिफिट्स. अदरवाइज एज अ मिलिट्री अलायंस it doesn't have any use. Therefore, Pakistan withdrew in 1979 after determining the organization no longer had a role to play in ensuring its security, especially against India. तो जब पाकिस्तान ने भी देख लिया कि कोई फायदा नहीं है इस तंजीम का, when it was in dire need of assistance, when there was war with the India, so this organization did not help. It was of no use. As a result, Pakistan left SANTO in 1979, and in that year, also the Iran also withdraw from SANTO because of the Iranian Revolution in the same year. तो जब ईरान भी निकल गया, पाकिस्तान भी निकल गया, as a result, many of the important members left the organization, and as a result, SANTO was finally dissolved in 1979. With this, we come to the end of today's lecture. Before I finish, let's have a summary of today's lecture. Dear students, today we discussed about Warsaw Treaty Organization, and we discussed about SEATO, and we discussed about SANTO. We discussed that how during the Cold War, when there was NATO as a conflict with Soviet Union, तो सोवियत यूनियन ने भी अपनी हिफाजत के लिए, अपनी सिक्योरिटी के लिए जो ईस्टर्न यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ हैं उसके साथ मिल के जो तंजीम बनाई उसका नाम था वारसा ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. इसका दूसरा नाम वारसा पैक्ट भी है. दिस वाज मेड इन 1955. अगेन इट वाज अ military alliance. It was a military organization. It was working under collective security principle, which means if any of the member countries of Warsaw Pact is attacked, then all the members of the Warsaw Pact would fight with the aggressor as one. तो जिसका मतलब ये है कि किसी पे भी हमला नहीं हो सकता, वरना फिर सारे वारसा पैक्ट के जो मेंबरान हैं, so they would be fighting with that state. So this was against the NATO members, ताकि वारसा पैक्ट और जो NATO members हैं उनके बीच में पावर बैलेंस्ड रहे. This Warsaw Pact ensured the security of the Eastern European countries as well as Soviet Union. इसके जो मेजर अचीवमेंट्स हैं वो ये है कि इसकी वजह से बैलेंस ऑफ पावर यूरोप में मौजूद रहा है, जिसकी वजह से कोई न्यूक्लियर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट या एक मेजर वॉर दोनों कैंप्स के बीच में वजूद में नहीं आई और वो दोनों के बीच में नहीं लड़ी गई. अब वारसा पैक्ट, बिकॉज इट वाज a pact that was signed between the communist states. So in 1980s, this pact was getting many kind of problems, especially the economic problems. And the communist governments in different countries of the Warsaw members, so they were losing their support. The communists were losing their stronghold. They were losing elections. As a result, anti-communist forces were winning the elections. जिसके बाद these states start getting out of the Warsaw Pact. In Germany, East Germany also withdrew from the Warsaw Pact and rejoined with the West Germany. And with the economic problems faced by Soviet Union as well, and the agreements between and the friendly relations between Soviet Union and United States as the war was cooling down, result in weakening of the Warsaw Pact. As a result, this finally come to the end. उसके बाद हमने सीटो को डिस्कस किया कि सीटो stands for South East Asian Treaty Organization, which was a pact that was signed in Manila, and its first headquarters was made in Bangkok. The purpose of CETO was to fight against communism. तो इसके जो मेंबर कंट्रीज हैं उनकी सिक्योरिटी को इंश्योर किया गया कि अगर उसके ऊपर कोई कम्युनिस्ट थ्रेट आता है, so all these member countries would be protected by the members involved. US was one of the major member of this organization, but the CETO was only for threat against communism, and it did not help Pakistan in many of its war, जिसमें 65 की war है, जिसमें 71 की war है. As a result, Pakistan was not happy with CETO, and CETO was finally disbanded in 1972. SANTO, which stands for Central Treaty Organization. So this was an organization again for the same purpose as CETO. The purpose was again to fight against communism. इसमें ईरान, टर्की, इराक, पाकिस्तान और यूके शामिल थे. यूएस ने भी इसको ज्वाइन किया. And again the same problem as was occurring with CETO, it did not have any military alliance of its own, any troops of its own, any armed force of its own. It was always engulfed in different types of internal disputes, and as a result, again, it did not help Pakistan in its wars with the India, with the same reason that the purpose of CENTO is to contain communism and not any help against the neighboring conflicts. इसके जो member countries हैं वो भी वक्त के साथ साथ they left. For example, Iraq left in 1958 because of the revolution. Pakistan left in 1979. Iran also left in the same year. Because of the members leaving CENTO, as a result, this organization was finally dissolved in the same year. With this, we come to the end of today's unit. I hope you have understand. I wish you best of luck. Allah Hafiz.